feel my fire, pyromaniac my desire. Thought that you could see the truth till I just burned down the booth. Human Torch can't mess with me. Johnny Blaze, suspect B, scorch him quick, lightning fast, melting britches down to ash. Gasoline, kerosene, strike a match, ignite the scene. Things will never be the same. Feel the fury of my flame. Beg for mercy, it won't help. Embrace the ending you were dealt. Seems you chumps will never learn. Now sit back and watch me burn.
To my punching spree, this is where I lay waste and you'll go home bleeding. Didn't have to be this way, should have stayed out of the fray. Now you're heading for a beating.
Hola, guapo. Thank you. Te haces así un poco potente. Vale. Hola, guapos. Nada, el viaje de tren, muy bien. O sea, hemos pasado más fresco ahí. Y madre mía, ojalá sea fresco aquí ahora mismo, porque nos estamos muriendo de calor, como bien sabéis. ¿Qué tal vosotros? ¿Cómo que os contáis? Es con Dami viendo anime. ¿Qué anime? Bueno, ahora me da miedo haber preguntado. Kaguya. Ah, Kaguya. Kaguya es muy buena. Es muy buena. Es una muy buena historita. Básicamente son adolescentes siendo muy imbéciles, pero para bien. Y se hacen como juegos mentales para ver quién se enamora del otro antes y al final los dos acaban enamorados igualmente. Es muy divertido, es mucha comedia. Estoy con otro amigo que sé que nos veíamos. Bastante bien, oye. Pues a ver, pues entiendo que no os vais a quedar mucho, así que oye, pasadlo muy bien. Y espero que disfrutéis de vuestra presencia. A ver si algún día me lográis secuestrar. Y Light Yagami quiere que sean salidos juntos. Exacto. Pero espera, eso ya lo ocurre en el show, ¿no? En Death Note. No sé, el Death Note tiene mucho subtexto gay ahí muy raro, muy curioso. No recuerdo el anime de buceo. Miedo me da a preguntar qué es eso. Miedo me da a preguntar. Voy a esperar nada, 3 minutitos. Lo voy a dejar con este sweet jazz de fondo. Mientras tanto, vamos a lurkear guapi. Bien. Espero que lo paséis muy bien. Tanto con el anime como con el amigo. Yo voy a estar aquí intentando salvar a Soseki-san. El pobre pues le está dando una muy mala racha. Dejémoslo ahí. Ay, pobrecillo. Lurkear era que estás de fondo en el directo, pero no comentas en el chat ni nada. Simplemente estás. Simplemente existes, tipo, o lo tienes de fondo o lo tienes muteado, pero tú estás, o lo tienes de fondo. Tengo miedo allí, me quieren secuestrar. No. Vosotros me queréis secuestrar a mí. Dejémoslo claro. It's been a while since I read Death Note, but I am sure they wanted to bang. Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of gay subtext in Death Note. Not that I know about it, because I haven't fully read it or seen it. I'm going to be honest, I didn't like Death Note and I dropped it. Not my thing. I'm very sorry. Anyway, I'm going to go grab my bottle of water real quick, and after that, we will start. So I will be right back. Alright. I'm back just as the song ends. Perfect timing. I think we should skip and get into the game. Alright. So how's everyone been? I hope you're all doing well. I hope your day has been not too hot. Especially up there in the UK. I hope you're handling the heat. It's been quite hard here as well. We've been hit in quite the heat wave at the moment. So right now I have my fan turned on, and the AC I just turned it off like earlier ago. But yeah, we're just handling in there, I suppose. Alright, let's continue. So last time we left, we were just about to enter the core room, and Soseki-san is already on the clouds trying to think that he's not there. Come on, Soseki-san. This is it then, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm just... Susato is like, okay, this man is not going to be of any help. I'm just going to talk to you straight. This is it then, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, it's time to put an end to this now. The miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything. And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you. I always appreciate your help, Miss Susato. They are besties. Umfis. Suffering Soseki selfishly sidelined. Ah. Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume. Good morning. Good morning, welcome student, Mr. Naruhodo Squire. Listen to you two. Chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here. Why would you do that? Why? I mean, you were kind of not cooperating with us earlier on. Oh dear, we didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly you were meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you. I was waiting. What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. Amazing. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death. Or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You will have to forgive me. And you mustn't talk of your path leading to death, leading you to death, Mr. Natsume. That was just an example. Oh yes, there it is. Inner calm. You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you had abandoned me and returned to your beautiful, long-lost homeland. We've not even been in Great Britain a week yet. Yes, well, anyway. I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth. I've actually reached an important decision myself. Oh, what sort of decision? I shall fill you in after the trial. Alright. It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits. It's a very clear message, I think, that he has overslept. A great detective? My arch nemesis. Long may he stay away, if you ask me. Defendant and your legal representative, the trial is about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately. Here we go. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. keep believing in my client. Sorry, Chad. And keep fighting to the very end. That is all. I hope that the game sounds okay, like you can hear the game, and isn't my voice too loud in comparison. 23rd of February, 9:40 AM, the Old Bailey courtroom. Oh dear God.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready.
Yes, the defense is ready.
Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed?
Absolutely. Justice will be done, you mark my words.
I feel obliged to say I feel especially ruthless on days when my heart is sitting just right. Oh, well, I wonder if you could just adjust my hat for me. And please, be as ruthless as you like. Juror number 3 be like, yes. Yes, mommy. Juror number 3 be like, I like it when women hate me.
Thieves deserve to die if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I've no sympathy for the man at all. Look, I did yesterday, I must say it again now. I don't have time for this, I've got my own problems.
Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here, and let his flock to a righteous verdict again today. Now, Lord Van Six, what can you tell us? The prosecution report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday, regarding the defendant's tea.
So he does have the results.
Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the black guard in the dock. Pray, allow me a moment to savor the liquid of a more sanguine hue.
He's a vampire. He is my vampire boyfriend, and I love him.
In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in the little depression on the top of it.
Yes, that is the tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night.
Well, the brains at the yard analyzed it, and yes, you're right, it was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it.
No poison at all.
In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear.
What a revelation!
As I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is not to blame.
My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction.
What?
Yes, it's true. No poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But, what logic is that? Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty?
My word! The water in the ocean is extremely salty, Counsel.
Oh, there goes chalice number 1.
Exactly. Unfit for drinking. Just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shamspeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand.
Oh boy.
Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's request.
I hope that everything is sounding nice and easy. There. Mr. Shamspear. Yes, it sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend.
Bailiff, show Mr. Shamspear to the stand. A ver.
Mr. William Shakespeare, the victim of this despicable crime.
Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a bailey full of the floor of the foul fluid given, in mine innocence.
Yes, but as was revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we have perhaps first been led to believe.
By using bottle soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from a supply company, yes.
One may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a room full of the sweet fuel given.
That's right. Fellow jurors, don't forget, this man is a rotten thief.
I haven't forgotten.
Kept all that about the ice coins in a tiny secret, didn't you? You should have opened up sooner. Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once. And let him feel the sting of in my tail. Oh, indeed. By dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends, I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here? Cowards die many times before their deaths, and for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would it that a still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentlemen of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me.
Objection!
But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shakespeare?
Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak.
Very well then, let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. Tell the court why it is that poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea.
I'm going to serve myself a nice cup of water before we continue. The tea inconsistency. The tea inconsistency, if you mind. There we go. Some water. The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. It was in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Was feigned destruction or debate? Near did drop a drop of his own drink past his lips. Never did a drop of... Okay. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coin suffice. Thus, 'tis no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the molds of soap.
Ooh. The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience.
Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance.
But no poison bottle was found at the scene.
Because, quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room.
Then why hasn't it been found by the police?
The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide.
Ugh, I knew that.
By now it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused's hands.
Sirs, madams, it's true that I, Shakespeare, be a common thief of gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose. Well, I do declare.
Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination.
Yes, my lord.
Oh boy.
Allí vamos. I want to check the... Okay, hold on. The teacups used by Mr. Shakespeare and Mr. Natsume. There is no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup. Yes. Hello, low time. Hola, bienvenida, Blue Parrot. Welcome in. I hope you are doing well. We are trying to prove... Mira, te voy a decir. No han encontrado veneno. I was grocery shopping. Nice. It's always nice to get some groceries. Always feels nice in the hydration. Ya lo acabo de beber hace 2 segundos, pero ok. Agüita. Te cuento, no han encontrado veneno en el té congelado. Pero está diciendo este cabrón que echó veneno después en las copas y solamente echó veneno en la copa suya. I felt like shit actually. Sí, porque hace mucho calor, imagino. Lo siento mucho. Y está diciendo este cabrón que no bebió Natsume, lo cual es mentira. Una gran mentira. Hold it! But the teacup Mr. Natsume drank from was found completely empty at the scene. And let's not forget the defendant's maxim. Drink tea while it's hot. I did gulp from the poisoned cup that night, and in mine I could eat it right uncontrolled. In fits of pain I did knock the fellow's cup and its contents spilled as blood from a gaping wound. Methinks. Though certainly it was after I had made the coin suffice from his teeth. An upset cup was found on the table that the victim was slumped over. There is no contradiction here. It's true, there was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about this statement is troubling me. Yes, of course, I know what it is. It's Mr. Natsume's wise drink tea while it's hot maxim, isn't it? Es tontísimo, me encanta. No, I'm not sure that's it. You dumb, very, very dumb lawyer.
Thank you, witness. Now reiterate for the court what it is that occupied what occupied you. I'm sorry, I'm dying. What it is that occupied you after your guests had left and before you drank your tea.
When he departed went by. Hold it! Yes, so that you could cheat the gas company, in fact. Isn't that right?
Not to cheat, or to die. His life's only choice.
Yes.
Faith, to cheat be the wise choice, and mine occupation be not an ugly one. I pray thee, dost thou not see beauty in the simplicity of the ruse? No, I don't. It'll be very short, sir. Once this trial is over, Altamont will take you to task over this legal task. I shall not run, I shall not hide. Just to say I have nowhere to run, nor to hide. But my lady, what wouldst thou with this pitiful player? What did you all like to do with you? Starting with a shoddy shirt on your back. This time for a Shakespeare dance.
Dear God, that lady is going to murder the poor guy.
What a harsh world we live in.
The thieving of the gas was addressed in yesterday's proceedings. Prosecution calls on the defense not to muddy the water with irrelevancy.
Consider that a warning, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Why am I the one in trouble here?
Mr. Shakespeare, after the cure returned to his own lodgings, he used his tea to make your coins. Is that correct? To cheat or to die? I did make my choice many months ago.
Dust is no surprise the person being found in the tea and it poured into the months of soap. Yes, but... I wonder if I'm thinking that maybe there is nothing here that suggests that there was like a. Okay. It's like I know what I have to do.
Hold it!
Me va a morir de sueño. I'm going to die of sleep at this rate. If, having first made your special coins, it was after 2 in the morning when you collapsed, that would mean you can't have drunken it yourself until around that time. Once is not by literary debate, not else be found in the furrows of the mind. The debate about Romeo and Juliet, you mean? And who was the stronger of the two? Rightly did I pay no heed to the TSA wrestle with the abominable fellow. I don't remember debates like that when I was studying. Don't worry, Ryunosuke, that's just called social media nowadays.
Are you suggesting that neither of you actually drank the tea whilst it was hot that evening?
My lord, must thou be privy to some Shakespearean wisdom? Husband, wife, and thee ought they be tepid thee.
Ah, yes, so very true. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to tea.
I think you might have interpreted that wrongly. Though it's been proven that there was no poison in Sasaki-san's tea. That should be hugely in our favor. But the atmosphere in this courtroom today...
It feels as though everybody's against us, Mr. Naruhodo.
It must be the Reaper's poison.
I'm afraid that if we don't find a significant flaw in this testimony somewhere, the jury will bounce and find Mr. Natsume guilty.
It really feels like we've jumped into the fire here. Yep, from the pan to the pot. I'm going to present the teacups now. I'm going to save just in case. Because we all know what happens when I jump to conclusions. I don't think this it was my cup alone. Never did a drop of his own drink pass his lips.
Objection!
You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. But that's impossible. How chop logic? What is this? I cannot speak this. Dark eye-clad fiend. English is hard. I'm sorry, chat, I'm trying my best. The two teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof.
Incontrovertible?
I see.
What difference?
Look at the inside of the cups. Just here, there's a clearly visible ring.
Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough.
Indeed, such stains occur all too readily when one leaves it in the cup for a while.
And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring.
Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean.
And breathe it, sir. What marks thou of it? Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted.
Drink tea
While it's hot. He's so dramatic he'll go, there is evidence in this cup, without saying what it is. Oh, you are absolutely right. I'm going to turn down. Ay, mejor. Creo que he pegado tremendo grito que he llegado al rojo en el OBS. That's right, yes. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night, and drank his tea in no time. Oh. La carita. Ay, la carita. Oh shit, I fucked up. If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well, after the several hours the tea was left standing. But, in short, Mr. Samsphere, you clearly lied to the court. Get to a nunnery.
Objection!
Ah, here he comes.
As a rule, I fill my hollow chalice up to 7 times during any one trial.
Van 6, you need to start considering that you may be an alcoholic. You might want to keep that information to yourself. Van 6. Me pensó lo mismo, me encanta. Es que lo es. He's an alcoholic.
Yet on occasion, Didium distracts me and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry.
Van 6 goes through 5 bottles a trial. He's barely a functional. He's a functional alcoholic, but like very barely. Your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant.
On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. The William Shakespeare.
Yes, my liege.
Though you previously stated that you made the coin suffice from the leftover tea in the accused cup, could it be that you were perhaps mistaken? Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene?
Oh, come on! Where is the teapot? Where is this teapot, Van 6? You are just fucking making shit up at this point. He spends his entire salary in expensive wine. Just fucking inhale it at work.
A fact that hath vanished from your memory until now.
Faith, my liege, thou art a magician. For verily, it's as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night. What? Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use the tea from the Japanese fellows, but lo, when I looked, it was empty. And thus did I use the dregs that fester in the teapot, as my liege they should.
Objection!
And you just suddenly remember now that you made a mistake before. Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection!
People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend. Which is why we rely on evidence instead.
Okay, show me the evidence that he used the tea from the teapot instead of the tea from the teacup. Huh? You're not going to show me any evidence? Okay. Okay. I'm going to fucking kill Van 6 after this.
But in any case, it makes no difference.
I think it makes a very big difference.
Nice argument, Van 6. Why don't you back it up with that source? My source is that I made it the fuck up. The victim's most recent testimony tells us 2 things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that this spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice cones that have bewitched this court.
The prosecution is fucking bullshitting me and makes a fine summary of the facts.
Furthermore, the testimony remains valid and in full support of the established fact. In other words, I'm getting naked. The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist.
No! I'm drinking water, hold on.
You declare it means there's no reason to discuss this testimony. Apart from the veto of living.
My lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear. After I did dine at Grub's Grubbery at the alehouse that night. Grub's Grubbery? Oh! That name. Ah, it's not here. But like, that's the place where Miss Green was supposed to go. Not the possible names, but the black pig given away by the Japanese, whose back fist took as low as death.
And then what did you dine, sir?
Oh, I did partake of my favorites. A broth as was being called soup, and a leaf as would be called salad. As insalubrious as a menu as the establishment where it was served. But the gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment this seemed fit to serve a wicked thief of gas. But I pray you wise and noble fellows, never forget the simple truth. That will be one thing, and this be another.
This is like the beta version of the dub. He's like beta dubbing.
Your soul, your humble servant Shakespeare, doth entreat you. Punish the Japanese fellow for his sins.
My lord.
My lord! Oh, my lord. If I may speak, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Foreman.
I believe we may have been duped by that rotten defense lawyer. By me? I do declare you may be right.
We all know the wife. There was making coins of ice to keep himself.
But this lawyer had that says if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh? He's believing that's the garden path. That's what he's been doing. I really never said anything like that.
But what we just heard from the victim there has opened our eyes again. We have reached a decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it.
The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman, and will duly hear the jury's findings.
What? No! You can't see it.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now.
The Greatest Attorney is a game about racism.
Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty!
I mean, yeah, we are in Great Britain in the early 20th century.
I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord.
Oh, happy day.
How is this happening? My lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination.
Very well, the court upholds the defense's right.
Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth.
This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged.
Well, you see, the defendant is not from my country, so he's obviously the criminal. The jurors' contentions. I'm a man of logic, me, and having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying.
The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gases.
Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes. Let me told,
The team my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times.
If nothing else, as the victim sleeps that night, there's no other explanation, is there? I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat. But never mind.
No, you really should mind. Peculiar es rico, díganle que me preste plata. ¿Por qué? Víctor, ¿por qué has dicho eso de repente?
The truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we had hoped. And Mr. Champierre was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that.
Yes, but he was poisoned by the gas leak. It's obviously a gas leak. Then, how are we supposed to turn this around?
I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shakespeare was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court in
Controvertibly. But that is surely almost impossible at this stage. If we don't manage it though, Mr. Natsume will be found guilty. Sorry, I have this is called Bimbo. No, Victor, no.
No delays, Counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. Pouring myself cup of no logic. Hold it! Could we please talk about the poison rather than the gas? Do you think? Ryunosuke, you dumb fuck, the gas is the poison. Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I would take poison over gas every time. You take poison? What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it?
Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, little man.
Well, it's certainly true that poison is not prone to exploding. But I think you will find poison can also catch light or heat up a room. Ah! You're right. I hadn't considered that at all.
Young lawyer, man.
Yes?
You have the head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative.
No, Ryunosuke, do not work for capitalism, Ryunosuke. Well, I wasn't expecting to become more business in the middle of the sweat, that's for sure. Anyway, the point is, I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past. Hold it! Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas?
There's an all out of that way here in case you hadn't noticed. Against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so.
He's really buzzing now.
All I've heard about the wonderful fuels, explosions, and poisons. What about electricity? What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little explosion here and there is nothing in comparison.
The explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable.
What exactly? But the gas tips aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know.
More devious? Who, madam?
Other gas companies, of course. It's capitalism, you fucking dog.
Other gas companies? Not quite sure what I was expecting.
Generic gas will deliver to our customers fair and square.
Indeed, what is questioning that, madam? Altamont is an exemplary gas company.
But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas though.
What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about sending it to people?
You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that.
Steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing? I'm dying. That's it. How on earth is such a thing possible?
But companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But the stealers reprobates really disconnect our pipes, and they burn our gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contract with the household supply by those pipes. And take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours, without us even knowing.
They're diverting gas into their own pipes immediately. What a brazen form of theft.
When we visit customers' houses to collect the money from their meters, we'll have to check whether or not one of these stealers companies has been up to its tricks.
Excuse me! Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3? Oh golly, you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself. I really did catch him off guard there.
thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct? Well, yes. I just got a little riled about it recently, you see.
Go on.
An Ultimate Cast worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipework. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out our secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in, and do you know what he did? I'm afraid I have no idea. Please, tell us. He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it.
What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets here.
Oh, please, everybody knows. It was very nearly death of me, I can tell you.
What do you mean? I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network.
Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it?
Obviously there's gas in the pipes, and it's a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment.
Oh, I see. In other words, if, upon blowing into the pipe, the lights of an adjacent property that has no contact with your company flicker, you can note that these TV scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes.
Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. This is the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker.
The trouble is, the particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe without his mate. And as you can guess what happened, can't you? Well, if he blew hard, then... wait, you mean? That's right. The lights didn't just flicker, they went out. And on with the stove. Gas started pouring into my house.
What a disaster.
The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard. So the flames went out. Afraid I yelled at the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all? I said. So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. Then, when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room. Isn't that though? I think perhaps... Yes. This is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. Juror number 3. The defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information. Oh, well, if you like. I don't mind.
Well, I do. That's our company's secret method of identifying the rogues that did try to diddle us.
Like I said, madam, it's widely known already.
Very well. Hero number 3, you will amend your statement accordingly.
Yes, my lord. Although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is. Blow too hard into a gas pipe and you extinguish everything in the house. And then you're in real trouble. Hold it! When you say extinguish everything in the house, do you mean even on different floors? Oh, yes, all floors are connected to the same pipe after all.
That's true of every building. Because gas supply contracts are issued for the whole property.
Well, I had no idea there was possible to extinguish gas appliances simply by blowing down the pipe.
It's not something we like to publicize, not to be honest. We'll have to carry out this investigation, as I'm sure you can appreciate.
Indeed, it has been mentioned on more than one occasion in the papers again.
Is that so? It has been mentioned to me too. Very recently. An incident involving the gas stove going out inexplicably, almost leading to someone's death. Is that though? I think perhaps... Yes. Finally starting to fall into play. A secret link that joins all of these strange occurrences. I think I'm going to have to beat them. I'm going to play just in case. Alright.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious! To whose statements do you refer, counsel?
Juror number 6. Did you hear what juror number 3 just said?
What? Yes, of course.
I heard him mumbling something or other. There is another explanation here, I believe. Nothing besides Mr. Nasmith's did, in manner of speaking, as the victim sleeps on the night in question.
What? What explanation?
I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene? To see if there were any traces of poison there.
I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time. The mouth of a gas pipe. Scotland Yard had enough to do without exploring such irrelevance.
What a piece of work! It's a man. What are you trying to say, Mr. Shakespeare? What speakest thou? Breathing is not strange and strange. That is what I say to thee, sir. I thought I had been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body.
Good lord.
But when they tasted the gas pipe, that was the same. But the gentleman suggested that the poor man was so desperately hungry, he tried to fill his belly with gas. Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him. Or she, madam, speaking thy fancy. I assure you I'm no such buffoon that I have to kiss my
Objection!
This is no summation examination. This is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nipponese friend's conjecture. To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips on the pipe that fits it, he would have to be a contortionist. These are empty assertions. There is no possible proof that the man did as you say.
Objection!
It's true, I have no proof that Mr. Shakespeare put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shakespeare has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall. It's this one, yeah, it's the lamp up here. I didn't notice it at the time. And I have evidence to prove it. Alright, you've got our attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself. So would I. Let's see this evidence then. Now that I've got the jury's ear, I need to make this opportunity count. This is the proof that, time and time again, Mr. Shakespeare stood in front of his gas lamp.
Take that!
What the? These are... Wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene.
Skin prints, Council? I've never heard of such things. The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit the fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique, developed by the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Those prints are so sad. It reveals all of the places that Mr. Shakespeare touched in his room. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it?
Well, if anyone could invent something like that.
It's not great chance, fellow. That's for sure.
I agree, this month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating.
We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, the costumes. However, Mr. Shakespeare also appears to have been touching something very unexpected. Some very unexpected place in his room. He was getting his back blown. You were thinking the same thing as me. For example, here.
Around the handprints over there? The multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Well, I wonder. Could he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps? At first, my colleagues and I thought the same. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of... Ah!
Don't believe it! The gas lamp!
I got it! He's fucking Vance! No! Only I can fuck Van 6. With evidence. In court, of course. Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shakespeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp. Right, what have you been up to, Pinat? I would ask the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement. What did you say? You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you will recall juror number 3's statement. What? Me now? When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe, it caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shakespeare were to have blown hard into the gas pipes here in his room, he would have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building anyway. A crikey! Are you suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to...
Objection!
That he's an alcoholic. I know. That makes it even better.
Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law.
What is the meaning of this, Lord 16?
This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defendants, the so-called skin prints. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable...
Van 6 is a sleepy alcoholic.
usable evidence in this case.
But an exciting forensic technique developed by a great detective. I was wondering.
It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands.
I was thinking that maybe that if they would let us pass through this one, because in the fifth case, if you remember correctly, we couldn't use the blood samples as a valid evidence because of this same reason, that it was made by someone outside of the forensic community and it's not patented, etc., etc. So I was wondering if they would walk into that plot hole, but luckily they haven't. They are still doing well so far. Ugh.
Certainly. Real reasons of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes not be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
Hold it!
But
Please, my lord, if I may.
Miss Susato?
It was not the defendant's intention to submit these skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation on the scene. It is a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen. I am sure the jurors would agree.
Thank you, Susato. Ugh, I'm sleepy.
You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide.
Juror number 3.
Oh yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. I want to hear what that shady actor fellow has to say about those shady handprints.
One more. Well, 2 more.
What's the matter with you two? What's foolhardy?
Well, I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise.
No! Wait! You can't his lordship. It's not for Duncan evidence.
Fuck off. I'm doing it my way.
Oh, well done, Mr. Nanhodan. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue.
Thank you, Mrs. Stone. But I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success.
Oh, you are sweating.
Why, Mr. Shakespeare? You seem to be losing your composure. Just one more year, Mr. Narjadon. You can do it.
Very well. Continue, Council.
Continue.
Hold it!
You mean it's poison?
That's right. It happened a daily view then.
This is most troubling indeed.
It's always days like this one when I don't get any wages. I get in at tea time, I see her doing it. Wait. She gets a devilish look in her face and she slips some white powder into my cup. And
You drink it anyway?
I was brought up proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it.
And what happened to you? What did it taste like?
It was god awful, believe you me. Salty as hell.
Wife guy. Wife guy. Wife guy. Male wife. Male wife.
Then I think perhaps what your wife put in your tea was salt.
No! So, she doesn't even care enough to poison me properly, eh? Unbelievable.
Let's move on, please.
Hold it!
All the evidence, you say?
That's right. And there's no room for that. It's all pointing at that Japanese man with the big mustache.
Says the Englishman with a bigger mustache. But the defense has demonstrated another possible explanation for the events on the night in question. What do you make of that?
What? Your so-called skin prints?
It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique, developed by the great detective himself.
The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shakespeare has indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied that there's a possibility that is where the poison was.
Well, yes, I want an idea explained on my mind. But the prosecution right this case. We should pay no heed to accept all forms of evidence. And besides,
yes?
even if the fellow has been up to some mischief with the gas pipe dozens of times before, it doesn't mean he's got up to the same shenanigans on the night in question. That's it.
Oh,
You can make your case better than that, and I'm afraid I can't change my stand.
You do make a very valid point, sir.
a what?
That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty.
No, wait.
Look, you've got your chance here, haven't you? It's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese cohorts can
Just leave our nationality out of this, please. Would let his wife poison him, doesn't recognize that it's salt. Robert Himbo.
Mr. Narjadon, if we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors can change their minds before we very well change them back.
What can I do? Any more proof I can give here? Can I show that Mr. Shakespeare really did blow down the gas pipe on the night in question? Don't have any evidence. I cannot present any evidence. And I don't think I have supporting testimony, so I can't prove it just yet. Well, I'm not in a position to prove it yet.
as I thought. I had a feeling that would stump you in Japanese.
We are capable of independent thought, you know.
I think we need to gather some more material to bolster our position, Mr. Narjadon.
Yes, that's what I was trying to imply by saying we can't prove it yet.
Thank you, Counsel. On with the examination, please.
Hold it!
Yeah, we already read that. A ver.
Clearly, this is a very involved subject, but I feel we have digressed rather too much already.
I concur. Though if my learned friend wishes to become an expert in gas, I believe the subject will suit him well. To your new career in nothingness.
Thank you so much.
We will turn your attention to the next year's assertion, please, Counsel.
Ah, fuck it. Fuck.
Hold it!
I'm thinking what we should do here. Can I show that Mr. Shakespeare really did blow down the gas pipe on the night in question? I'm going to save. And I'm going to consider everything again. It has to be this, right? It has to be the box. But there is a box here. So he did climb up. Is that it? Naturally, I can provide evidence to support the defense's position.
Very well. We will present the evidence now, Counsel. The evidence in support of your claim that the victim blew down the gas pipe on the night in question.
Take that!
Well, Mr. Foreman, what say you to that?
Oh yes, it's evidence, alright. No question about it. Based on this rapid little liar thinks he can make a fool of us all.
What? Fuck. Okay. I was like, if there's a box, he used the box to get on top. Maybe I do have supporting testimony? No, in truth I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it.
What's that? Testimony.
This is incredible! Whose testimony? Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garden residence that night. Namely... Wow, es que no me acuerdo. I don't remember from last time. I think we talked about with John about his gas issues and how they would flicker. So maybe we have to call him to the trial. But maybe it's like the worker. It has to be the worker.
Take that!
Well, Mr. Foreman, does that convince you? I don't think he was listening. Nope. Vale, pues sí queda. It was the other one, okay.
Take that!
What? No? I am very confused, Chad. What do I do? It's like I know what I have to do. I know the story. Maybe it's Soseki because Soseki was like, oh, I almost killed myself. Like,
Take that!
okay. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume himself. I'm going to be honest, Chad. I don't remember Soseki's testimony from like 2 weeks ago, or 3 or more. So I'm very sorry. The defendant. At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following. My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. Even on that fateful night it happened, when I returned from Mr. Shakespeare's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me. On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not?
A good calling.
So that Shakespeare fellow blew air into the gas pipe to make the man's stove go out on purpose? And now hold your horses there. What will he do that for? Mr. Foreman. What is it, man? We cannot allow judgment to be passed whilst this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, I must surely agree that there is more to this case than meets the eye. Ah! Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost. Yay, we saved scamped our way to victory. That is 4 jurors leaning towards not guilty, my lord. We have overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue. Okay.
As the defense has rightfully indicated, measured examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now called guilty, 4 now called not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted and, in accordance with the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of this trial. Mr. William Shakespeare.
My lord, how can thy humble Shakespeare serve thee?
What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination?
So God meant me, I do solemnly swear. I recall auto feeder, lamp over the pipe.
But your handprints have made a tiny mess all over the wall there. How do you explain that, eh?
Oh, fuck this bottle in particular.
I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5.
Who, me?
As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective story has no place in a British court of law. Ah! As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains, at this time, an established conjecture. We'd all do well to remember that.
Objection!
But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding that lamp in Mr. Samspear's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there,
Objection!
What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of the tea were required.
yes.
Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond their wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have been completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible.
Ah, I didn't think of that.
In any case, Counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you described. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipe work where he lived?
There's only one possibility that I can think of. And that is to use the leaking gas to commit murder.
Order! Order, Counsel! Precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we have unraveled the mystery this far. Mr. Shakespeare wanted to end the life of Toseki Natsume.
Take that!
If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, would be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I live around those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without a stove lit is pretty much suicide. And you'd freeze to death in no time. Mr. Garrider, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shakespeare was trying to end.
Outrageous!
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder.
Good gracious!
Yeah, and
Objection!
he did it because there must be a treasure from the thief.
The accused is actually the aggrieved. Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? How can you still claim that?
Let us indulge your fancies for a moment, and assume that there was indeed poison in the mouth of the gas pipe. The question that then arises is who put it there?
Who did put it there?
The only legal conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply, and his intent to kill.
Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to raise the end of the gas pipe with poison?
So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shakespeare's murderous designs?
Ah, you mean to suggest?
Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known.
What?
In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsu.
Ah,
Whatever Mr. William Shakespeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated the attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume.
oh, that animation.
The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend?
Ah! How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly?
Consider that you must respond. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again. And this may be your last chance to gain the advantage.
What advantage?
Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas within Mr. Shakespeare's room. So we must name that person now. And absolve Mr. Nassim of guilt.
Así de buenas noticias, he llegado a Whole Cake. Me vas a adelantar. Me vas a adelantar este ritmo. You mean name the true culprit?
I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that,
Okay, hold up chat, I'm getting a call. I will be right back. Ok, I'm back. ¿Qué vas? Me lo ven en anime, va a costar 3 años llegar a Wano. Bueno. Mi plan es seguir en septiembre, a ver si puedo.
I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all.
Shit happens. One possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison. It's all pointing to a particular person now. I mean... It has to be John Garridev. To either dissuade this guy to keep killing people like this guy. He didn't want to kill him, just to shake him up with a warning.
The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you will make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman.
What? Oh, don't you worry, we know exactly what. There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime.
The culprit?
A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-grade detectives. My Nipponese friend. But why not? This farce has gone on for so long already. I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax.
Thank you.
Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime?
I'm going to say it's John Garrider. Because we have the wife in prison, we have to send the husband to prison as well. They're going to be a lovely pair in prison if this turns out to be correct.
Take that!
You claim this person is the true culprit?
Highly suspicious, I would say. Yes. No less. Okay. It's not that. I was thinking maybe Gareth knew that this guy was like insistent on getting it and suspected him. But... it must be Olive Green then. To avenge the death of Duncan Ross. Right?
Take that!
The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shakespeare is, I believe, Miss Olive Green.
Miss Olive Green! Miss Olive Green. I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Council, but I don't recall where.
Miss Olive Green, the woman from 6 days ago. The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested. Hasten to add.
Oh, of course, yes, Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe. But I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago.
And I hardly need remind the court that Mr. Shakespeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True, on the night that the incident occurred, Miss Green was in hospital, unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible. But still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in the possession of a bottle of poison.
Good gracious, she had poison?
And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
Tell me, Mr. Shakespeare.
My lord, pray, what did I bid him?
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
No, never heard of her.
Judging by the look of Mr. Shakespeare's face, I think perhaps he generally doesn't know her. At least, not by name.
As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. You will see my learned Nipponese friends far through to its conclusion.
I appreciate that.
The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here.
Yes, Miss Olive Green.
Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient.
Very well, I grant the request.
Excellent. I hope.
The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
Pom. Aparcado. To be continued. Yes, please. February, 11:32 a.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. Joyful, jubilant jumping jacks.
Oh, Mr. Natsume, I am so pleased for you.
Locum student Miss Naruto Squire, and non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikoto Squires. Now, finally, at long last, there can be proof that I'm innocent and proof that my tea is innocent. Ah, good morning, my dear. El fucker, el puto. Oh, good morning, my dear fellow. Ah, Sherlock Holmes. Llegó nuestro puto favorito. Oh, may you drink my tepid tea and fall forever silent. I thought the tea was innocent.
Oh, Mr. Shums, you came. Oh, wonderful.
Please, save your derision. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he says, when it's very nearly time for luncheon. Your scorn is written very clearly across your face.
Nobody said or thought anything of the sort.
The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought. Tomorrow, for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in court to support my companions. Such pretty determination has beauty all of its own, does it not?
Oh, yes.
Then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep? I queried. Why, time after time, do they mix the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep Because they sleep. Well, is that not an astute insight into the matter?
Oh, yes.
Upon which realization, I attempted an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink all night. And the results? My first night, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness.
Shocking.
And so the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential.
Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already.
What others presuppose I prove by experimentation. That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method. Ah yes, and one more thing. Do you remember this?
Yes, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to...
It was a laborious task, as the bottle was near empty. But such inconveniences do not hinder assurance. I managed to confirm that it contains strychnine.
So I was right.
Perhaps, though of course, as circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I should leave the bottle in your care, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended.
The bottle of poison has been entered into the court record. Ah, could I have a word?
Yeah, could I have a word?
Gregson, how good of you to come.
It's literally my job, you jackass.
So this is the person we've been hearing so much about. Okay. There are a few remnants on the bottom of the bottle here. Look.
You mustn't be tempted to try it.
Of course not. As long as we don't lose this trial.
No, even if we lose the trial. No, we mustn't lose the trial in the first place, Mr. Naruhodo.
Make your mind up, Susan.
Gregson, how good of you to come.
Forget it. Excuse me.
Gregson said, fuck this, I'm not dealing with you.
Wait a minute, Inspector. I don't wish to make a nuisance of myself.
On the look of your face, I would say it's someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself.
My dear Inspector, please speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here.
Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me.
Do you have the results, Inspector, of the investigation of Mr. Shakespeare's room?
Not yet. Didn't be long now, though. Now I'm here on something else. That convict, actually.
Oh, you mean the man from this newspaper that we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shakespeare's room?
He man by the name of... Ah, yes, Selden.
I went to the archives at the yard and dug out the fellow's file. There's something in there that... Well, it caught my eye.
Something caught your eye. What is it, Inspector? What is it?
I've copied out the relevant part for you, so you can read it for yourselves.
Thank you. The capital offenders file has been entered into the court record.
These documents...
Oh my god, so much evidence. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder. Died of natural causes, was in prison, his final moments witnessed only by his cellmate. The estimated £1,000 worth of loot he stole remains unrecovered. Condemned criminal dies of natural causes in prison. Manchester Strangeways Prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early hours this morning. He has been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead, but the capital punishment could be carried out.
Include the details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shakespeare's room. I will rearrange everything in the court record, so we don't have duplicate information.
Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though?
Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion.
Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful.
Indeed, my dear fellows, and the inspector here is a shining diamond in its crown.
A shining diamond in the rough, maybe. Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all. Answer for the defense. And the defender.
Al fin conseguí acordarme del usuario y la contraseña. Damián, bienvenido.
Now proceedings are about to resume. Make your way into the courtroom at once. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery. Not nodding off at all. Certainly not.
Thank you, Mr. Soms. Very cool.
I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustache in flood of tears personally, so the best of luck to you. Welcome, student Mr. Naruto Esquire.
Yes, Mr. Natsume.
It's time, isn't it?
Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Silver. This is going to be the final battle. Handshake secreto. ¿Cómo? ¿Tenéis un handshake secreto sin mí? Me siento un poco excluido. No, es broma. I won't really have saved Soseki-san until I have exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Rinosuke. You have to. Lo descubren el secreto, ahora te lo enseñamos. Ok. Ahora vuelvo, voy a recargar el agua. I will be right back. I'm going to get some more water. Alright, I'm back. Let us continue.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now. Before the presence, we heard the most condemning accusation from the defense. Namely, the victim of the case we had here only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident.
A reckless, rash, and prejudiced charge of wrongdoing, in my opinion, my lord. However, the prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores.
Thank you for that backhanded consideration.
A well calm assessment from the Honorable British Prosecutor, I must say. So, Lord 1-6, is the witness present and ready to take the stand?
Ready and waiting in the witnesses' antechamber, my lord.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in.
Witnesses, state your names and occupations, the court believes.
They let her brought her whole painting
canvas.
William Shakespeare, my liege. For my occupation, I can say only that I be a tragic victim to be pitied. Currently unemployed, in other words. I'm on Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Oh, well, no. I'm not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit that she has no talent, I suppose. Also, currently unemployed, in other words. What a cuttery.
Ah, wait.
Mr. Shakespeare.
My lord, I am thy humble servant.
I'm afraid that you're no longer merely the victim in this affair. The possibility has been raised that you're in fact the assailant, intent on taking the life of your fellow lodger.
Band 6, Jesus Christ, sí. Es que claro, Band 6 is from law, and he sees those artist people and it's like, ooh, artist, they don't work, ew. Band 6 es de letras, se le nota.
The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you.
I would for naught else, my lord.
And Miss Green,
Yes.
you are aware of the reason you have been summoned to this courtroom. I'm dying. To this courtroom today, I presume.
Yes. The officer did explain. Who should I potion? It's ridiculous, buffoon.
And? Do you accept the charge, Miss Green? Band 6, unemployed. Bonk.
I don't know anything about any potioning. And I don't know anything about this man. Come, lady, die to live. Verily, I know not thy prickly, pigmented personage.
Okay.
Very well then, let's proceed with the matter at hand. At being to ascertain whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair.
It's all very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely ever got to the instant anyway. It so happens that I passed by that neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in hospital fighting for my life. Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside the Garden household. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days. Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry about that.
I was stuck in the middle of my back by a knife, through no fault of my own. No, I'm under suspicion.
Oh no, Peter Griffin. Sí, yo también estaba pensando en ese tipo. It's the Peter Griffin pose.
What other irrelevant things might he be suspected of? It's all very disturbing.
Your energy may be better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel, Miss Green.
At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shakespeare's lodgings is the Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That is why we would like you to testify more formally now about exactly what happened.
Oh no! The incident 6 days ago. You mean you want me to relive that awful incident?
Unfortunately, yes. Please tell the court what happened that day. And of course, we will be interested to hear you from about your movement that day too, Mr. Shakespeare.
But what happened 6 days ago has nothing to do with me being poisoned.
Let us proceed then. The witnesses will present their formal testimony to the court. On the subject of the incident that took place on Blair Road, the evening of the 17th of February.
was 6 days ago at 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stopped in the back. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside this house where the men in this case had their lodgings. I was at the tavern on the eve, it now speaks, where I had bespoke my supper. It was the first time I had been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all. Anyway, I was admitted straight to hospital, so I knew nothing about all this business.
Yes, a second incident is in a week of what I believe to be aptly described as the haunted lodgings. One can only presume that this is the most unfortunate coincidence.
Meanwhile, you say you were not in your room, Mr. Samspear.
It was the following morning when I did awaken that I learned of the dark event. Mary, what a commotion did the officers of the law make on the floor above mine?
When Soseki-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder.
As suspected, there is nothing connecting these two witnesses but happenstance.
It's true. Does seem as though they are unrelated at first glance. But I'm not so sure. There's something lurking in the shadows here. I feel certain of it. And this is my one and only chance to expose it.
Counsel, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses if you wish.
Yes, my lord. Cross-examination. You were at the tavern, eh? The tavern, you say? Which one?
That was the slug and salad where I did tarry. Did you all in the East End?
And a little unexpected, I feel.
What do you mean, Lord 1-6?
The slug and salad offers unusually fine dining, for the locality at least. Not an establishment you would see to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room.
It's true. I mean, at least premium crusts of bread and glasses of water. In different levels of cloudiness.
I would have expected grub scrubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your needs. Watery soup and mushy peas. Or rather, soupy water and pea-like mush.
All equally appetizing.
I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What is wrong with that?
How different can water really be?
Or perhaps there is a more plausible explanation. A specific reason why he had to go to that particular establishment.
Agreed. The fact that on that day of all days, he dined at the place where he wouldn't normally, it does stand out. So, Mr. Samspear's own actions on the day of the incident 6 days ago were slightly suspicious. I wonder if we have some evidence that can explain those actions. Not at the moment, I think. I mean, he obviously found some of the fortune. I feel that's the thing that's going on here. But I don't think it's a strong enough thing to point out right now. I wish we did, but sadly I can't think of anything at the moment.
If we find a clue that could explain why Mr. Samspear went there, we must present it to the court.
Yes, absolutely.
If there is only on that matter, Counsel, I would ask Miss Green to reiterate her next statement.
But it was the first time I have been in the area.
Hold it!
What little matter, Miss Green? Please, elaborate.
It was nothing really. It's not worth mentioning.
If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital.
Oh,
It was related to the card you were holding. Miss Green! What was that? Clearly just hid something behind her back. From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross.
What does that matter?
What?
It has nothing to do with Duncan.
Excuse me.
Mr. Shakespeare, do you have something to share with the court?
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Oh, they took their sweet time to get to this one.
Oh, pray forgive me. The great Bardsworth springeth from within me as with never a thought.
Don't tell me. It's because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps.
Well, nay, sire. There was nothing at all.
Personally, you know the name though. Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean. After all, you were both lodgers in the same house.
I would were so, but sadly nay. Lodging be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me.
So you haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours.
Miss Green,
My lord, have you done something wrong?
the girl that was mentioned before. Don't join in the note. You have it upon your person.
I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really.
Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please.
Miss Green's card has been entered into the court record. Of course. That is what links Mr. Shakespeare and Miss Green. It's Duncan Ross.
Now continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green.
The envelope has been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as the type to open correspondence more neatly like that. And that. Ah! What is it? The way the envelope is torn. I'm almost sure I've seen that exact same shape somewhere else.
Oh, you don't mean... What do you think of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Exactly, that's it. Reto más the map.
They go together perfectly. This torn-off end of the envelope clearly belongs to this card.
Yep. The details of Miss Green's card has been updated in the court. The details of the torn-off end of the envelope have been updated in the court record. So, this card, it was sent to the guy. Then, it was sent to this guy.
Hold it!
What were you doing there that day, though?
What do you mean?
The art school you attend? What is it called?
Oh, yes, it's the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts.
According to Mr. Jones, that's just in the vicinity of Brixton Road. But he then stops away from the scene of the underground.
I believe you mentioned before that you also live on Brixton Road, isn't that right? So why then, would you have been walking along Blair Road in the middle of the East End?
Well,
We will say, I want to know. No, like, no me deja, tipo... No deja. O sea, ya está todo examinado. O sea, lo que dice la carta ya lo ha dicho Miss Green. Que era... tengo información sobre la muerte de Duncan Ross. Y el resto de la carta creo que era: ven a verme al bar este, que es a donde ha ido el pavo.
well, it's because, oh, yes, of course. I thought it might make a nice picture. The witness is in the farm. City during artists can't all paint grand urban vistas. That's right. I happen to like the crumbling look of that part of town.
Perhaps quaint would have been a less fitting term.
Bombardeen Capron. The point is, she's definitely hiding something.
Yes, it seems she's not going to be forthcoming with the truth.
She's trying to hide why she was there that evening. Must mean that there's a reason for her not wanting us to know. That is the key to this. And you, Mr. Samspear, on the evening of the incident 6 days ago, would you tell the court what exactly you were doing?
That would be my pleasure, sire.
Hold it!
Yeah, I'm going to skip to the point where they ask us for evidence, and then we're going to try to present one of the two. I'm going to save, and we're going to do try it out. Mr. Samspear,
Yes, sire.
on the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slag and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason?
I don't know what to tell you. What you're talking about? Hey, thou hast some purpose, because
Very well. I will present the court with evidence. Evidence that explains why you had to be at the Slag and Salad that day. Namely,
Take that!
I believe this card reveals the answer.
Good lord, Miss Green's card, you mean?
That's right, my lord. It reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slag and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Mr. Samspear, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note.
oh,
Personally, I find it hard to believe that's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Samspear?
well, excuse me. There isn't something.
Yes, Miss Green.
That card was delivered to me. It doesn't have anything to do with this odd man, does it?
Well, you would think so, yes, but it's hard to believe it's merely...
My lord, may I?
And you what, Miss Green?
I would like to make something very clear about that card.
Very well then, you may amend your testimony. Include details about that peculiar note.
This note was delivered to me at my address. It's nothing to do with the odd man next to me here.
And that is where you're wrong, Miss Green, because... Oh boy, here it comes. Are you ready, Chad? Are you ready for me to fuck it up? The turn off end of the envelope was found in Mr. Samspear's room.
Objection!
The day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago now. This note was delivered to your address, and upon carrying out the instructions in the note, found yourself in the hospital.
Yes, I did. It's terrible, everything that's happened to me.
Yes, it is terrible. If it is all true, that is.
What do you mean?
Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's the turn-off end of an envelope.
Oh, is it?
And it so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope of the note you received.
Oh, where did you find that?
You made it, I did it, we did it, chat. Lo logramos. In Mr. Samspear's room. I'm going to have to drink to that. Voy a servirme más agua.
In my room.
Mr. Shumspear, do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere?
Oh, well.
Your actions that afternoon followed the instructions of the note to the letter. Come to the Slacken Salad on Brer Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. And so, that's exactly where you went. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shumspear. You already knew about this note, didn't you? Ooh, how he looks to the side. And you, Miss Green.
Oh, what did you do?
As this torn off end of the envelope proves, the note was originally Mr. Shumspear's room. So, how is it that it came to be in your possession?
I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fledgling artist after all.
There's only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shumspear's room and stole it.
You did what? Sorry. Thou hast what? You broke, thou were in my room? What on earth? Do you want with me?
It would seem that both witnesses need to testify again.
Ugh.
Miss Green,
Yes.
whilst you have the court's sympathy, I'm sure, for the suffering you have endured in recent events, anyone found to be giving false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind.
Ooh. Yes, I know.
Very well then, witnesses. You will give formal testimony again now. On the subject of this curious anomaly regarding the note Miss Green claims to have received.
Witness testimony. The anomaly of the note.
I do remember now. It was a week ago, peradventure, that note was delivered unto me. Only the reason with read therein, I did tarry a long hour at this slogan salad. And yet nobody came. Thereafter on the evening, I shared the company of the Japanese fellow. I did see that the note had vanished. I don't know what you mean. You think I snuck into this much room? Yeah, do you? Why would I? I don't point at the villain here. And as for that torn off piece of the envelope, I don't know anything about it.
Complicadillo.
You now claim to have received this letter, do you, Mr. Shumspear?
Faith, this is all, my lord. And I would swear to have set it up on the table in my humble lodgings. And yet it is clear to me now that since I had returned from that tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it.
Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was...
Alright, is that what you think? How unfair to you of you to think that I'm the one lying.
I beg your pardon?
I'm just a fledgling artist, as you said. I'm fledgling artist, don't lie. That note was delivered to me at my address. Besides, we know who the liar around here is.
If that is true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was, without question, found in Mr. Sam's room.
I don't see why I should explain.
Sorry?
I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is just to say what happened, that's all. It's your job to get the explanations and the proofs. You, the fledgling lawyer.
The fledgling will do his best.
Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth.
Well, counsel.
I'm ready, my lord.
Very well then. The defense will now proceed with the cross-examination of the witnesses.
Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Shumspear's room. There can be no question of that. And that is how she acquired the note.
Yes. Facts are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all of this. And it's not a pretty one. She sent the note, then stole it back,
and then on her way to the diner, she was struck by the knife. And she first got the note to make sure that there was no evidence that they had met. I think that's the thing.
Hold it!
And can you shed any light on the contents of the note at all?
Nay, sire. It's as strange to me as a foreign tongue. Even with a knowledge of literature as great as mine unbarely, it's impenetrable.
But Mr. Duncan Ross has lodgings in the same household as you. In effect, he was your neighbor. So surely you knew him, didn't you?
Alack, if the choice is betwixt I knew him and I knew him not, then this with foreboding I be forced to declare, whereby we some once measured acquainted.
Despite your claims, though, you followed the note's instructions and went to the Slag and Cellar. Surely that was nothing to do with your knowledge of literature.
Mary, not will have the better of me, sire, save for the lure of curiosity. So it is true, I was compelled by mine own eager heart to betake myself to the tavern. Yet in the end, my curiosity was not satiated.
Hold it!
So even after waiting for an hour, nobody appeared.
Well, yes, sire, this is thou sayest.
Really? It was for a moment before you answered.
In truth, when thou asked where no one appeared, I did suddenly recall.
Really? You didn't tell the court that somebody did appear after all?
I was not alone that night in the Slug and Sullen, my lord, no. He's returning to me now. I did treat my lips to almost clear water, and mine innards to a premium crust of bread. All around me danced a great many companions.
What do you mean?
Flies, sire, flies!
Good lord!
In the name of Beelzebub, what were they? Fairies perchance from its summer night's dream, come to taunt me.
I think they were just flies.
I can't help thinking that the flies ought to choose something more wholesome to pass around. Is that wrong of me?
No, Susanto, you're doing great.
Right.
Hold it!
When exactly did you notice it had gone missing?
The idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I am busy with greater ideas. In other words, you didn't notice.
Several days passed between your outing to the tavern and Mr. Nutsman's visit to your room.
Yes, it would appear that the note disappeared sometime in that interval.
Such idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I am busy with greater ideas.
And yet, during that time, Miss B was comatose in hospital. Was she not? Only then, she could not have been stealing things from Mr. Shunsby's room.
Oh, yes, of course. It's just some sort of misunderstanding. I didn't Mr. Prosecutor, sir. You have so far failed to give a satisfactory explanation as to how you came by the note. Oh. I am not here to advocate for your defense, madam. I won't tolerate inconsistencies in your story.
¡Buh! ¡La invasora! Pero bueno. Vale. Bienvenida. Gente, ha entrado la invasora que ha tomado el control de la cuenta de Wonder. Espero que os lo estéis pasando bien. Wonder y tú, espero que le tengas amordazado y que le hagas ver sin foguear pronto porque lo necesito. O sea, llevo 5 meses esperando esto. Son 9 capítulos, por Dios. Pero sí, estamos bien, estamos bien. Estamos aquí investigando un juicio y también investigando un poco tu situación de identidad secreta. Y estoy poniendo voces muy malas a estos personajes, así que me disculpo con antelación por esto.
You would do well to remember that. Oh, dear me.
What is Lord Van Six getting at? A mí me lo voy a poner a hacer cosas, no te preocupes. Bien, 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 bien. Y yo luego, cuando acabe el directo, intentaré hacer un poco más de investigación sobre tu existencia en general. Dicen que snack into this man's room.
Hold it!
Hazle ver sinfonía, hazlo.
Do it!
It seems that this note was actually delivered to Mr. Sunspear about 1 week ago.
Oh, that's it.
But for some reason, it ended up in your possession. I can't think of any way that could have happened, except for you breaking into Mr. Sunspear's logic.
Objection!
No he visto, pero 5 meses es mucho tiempo. Algo me han dicho, sí. 5 meses. Y solamente para una temporada. Le quedaban 9 capítulos, que son 3 horas. Que son 3 horas. 3 horas en 5 meses. En el fondo queremos a Wonder. En el fondo... Wonder, si estás escuchando esto, te queremos. Menor que 3. No, espera. Epsilon que 3. Ahora mismo está castigado con Undertale, que me lo debes desde hace 7 años. Sí, lo sé, lo sé. Primero Undertale, y luego veremos.
But for what reason would the witness have done that?
I
want to deny that Miss Green's possession of the note would appear to defy logic. However, until and unless her involvement in this case can be proven in some other way, any further pursuit of this note is meaningless.
Mira, invasora, ni siquiera tienes que hacerle ver toda la serie. Con que se vea 2 capítulos más, se engancha. Yo estoy convencido de ello. Yo lo sé. Él lo sabe. El problema es que no ha seguido.
Miss Green could only have come to be in possession of the note by stealing it from Mr. Sunspear's room.
Ahora te pongo el volumen otra vez, Zark, que estamos discutiendo el rescate de Wonder. Vale. Ay.
And yet, there is no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing.
What if there was some other reason she broke into his lodgings, though?
Yes, we should pursue that idea, Mr. Naruto.
We are close now. I can feel it. We are so close to a breakthrough.
Hold it!
Vale. So you don't want to tell the court about the truth about the letter, is that it?
I'm a fledgling artist, remember? Artists are nearly always introverted characters.
Enjoying?
Introverted? Me, this fledgling doth readily cast aspersions about my nature. Yet I am an angel, a seraph. Birds do harmonize with my song. The wind doth frolic on my wing.
Este señor es súper gay en el fondo, yo lo sé. Es gay, roba gas a los ricos, un icono revolucionario.
Oh, pity! Wherefore dost thou accuse one of Sunspear of heart, simple woman?
El problema es que es británico.
Spear of heart? I don't think so. Even a fledgling like me can see you're just a failure. Tragedy! Thou shalt not know the true heart of an artist until an instruction hereafter by death. Oh, the days, oh, the years, alas to enlighten thee, thou must wait so long and in vain.
Mr. Naruto, interject with some clever remark. This is your chance to shine.
I'm no Shakespearean actor, Miss Sato. No, as far as I can tell, the only thing that's going to resolve this argument
Is evidence. Yes. It's clear that Miss Green did in fact break into Mr. Sunspear's room, isn't it? And that's where she found this letter.
Yes, 2 more or less foregone conclusions that lead me to one terrifying conclusion.
Terrifying.
Yes, I'm afraid to say that the outcome of this cross-examination may well change how we look at this case completely. Fua, estoy pensando qué tenemos que presentar aquí. Tenemos que relacionar a estos dos. Y las relaciones de unos que me hace ojitos, yo solo digo. Ryunosuke es el mayor o sea, si la familia de Phoenix Wright ya era bastante bisexual de por sí, Rinosuke es la cosa más gay del mundo. O sea... Buah. Buah. Tendrías que haber visto el comienzo de este juego. Era la cosa menos heterosexual posible. Buah, revisar pruebas. Let's go. No, esto no va a ser. Me sirve. Es que este era el novio de la señora. Maybe... Oh, Dios, lo tengo en la wishlist. Es muy buen jueguito. Este es el segundo caso de la segunda parte, porque son 2 juegos en uno. Así que de momento aún me quedo. Pero, joder, qué buen jueguito es. ¿Por qué entraría aquí? ¿Quizás para recuperar la foto de tu novio? Voy a guardar. I'm going to save and then we're going to present the photo of the boyfriend. Because maybe she was looking for that. Hombre, Label. Bienvenido. Why would I sneak?
Objection!
No. That last statement was contradictory. Nope. Tengo malas noticias. Ay, Dios.
Objection!
¿Qué estoy pensando? No, it's not that one. You've reinstalled the game. No. Muy mal, muy mal.
Objection!
Estoy pensando, pero no se me ocurre nada. Quizás es el sueño, pero ahora mismo no se me ocurre nada. O sea, sé lo que quiere decir, pero no sé cómo decirlo. If nobody came. Yeah, people. Is it going to be the poison? Because like, oh, you went in to take back the letter and poison the lamp and then make sure that there were no traces of you left. Is that going to be the logic here?
Objection!
Okay. Yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. And though the contents spilled during the course of our meeting, a small quantity remained. Oh! According to the defense's independent analysis, Mr. Storm's chemistry said, the liquid that was still in the bottle was identified as strychnine.
What? Strychnine? The very same poison that afflicted Mr. Shakespeare.
Oh. Miss Green, you broke into this man's lodgings. For one reason, and one reason alone. To cover the end of the pipe that fits the gas lamp in Mr. Shakespeare's room with poison.
Can this be?
You broke into my room to...
It may seem incredible to the court, but from the remaining clues, there is only one logical conclusion that we can reach. The person who attempted to take Mr. Shakespeare's life with poison was you, Miss Olive Green. Oye, el stream es en inglés, que yo me pongo en modo inglés en 2 segundos. El stream es bilingüe. A veces habla en inglés, a veces habla en español. Bueno, a ver, el texto del juego lo leo en inglés, obviamente. Pero I can switch between both very easily. Like I can switch between English and Spanish. Como estés más cómoda, básicamente.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Ay, Dios mío, se ha matado. Se ha matado Paco. Yo soy muy inglés, no pasa nada. Ok.
Order! Order! Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison on the end of the gas pipe with intent to kill?
Yes, my lord. There is no other way to explain the facts.
What if Miss Green did indeed set this odious trap 6 days ago? And the victim had put his mouth to the pipe that very evening as expected. Yet the murder would have happened 6 days ago, surely.
Well, that's a very good point.
Perhaps not, my lord.
I beg your pardon.
There was a significant police presence in the area that evening, on account of the incident of rare. Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as part of the ongoing inquiry. A circumstance a criminal would likely have chosen not to carry out any wrongdoing at the time.
Lord Van Six?
And of course, the following morning, there was more activity on Mr. Samspear's address.
More activity? Yes. You mean his fellow lawyer, Mr. Natsume, being arrested on suspicion of murder?
That is right. And as the defense has already proposed, Mr. Samspear was meddling with the gas in the pipe for a very sinister reason himself. To cause the gas to fill Mr. Natsume's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant.
But once Mr. Natsume had been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. In the circumstances, Mr. Samspear had no reason to blow air into the gas pipe.
His intended victim being in a prison cell. With the need to tamper with the gas removed, the poison in the pipe lay dormant.
And then, 3 days ago now, situation changed again.
Right. Mr. Natsume's trial, which took place here at the Old Bailey, came to an end.
The trial in which the man stood accused of stabbing Miss Green in the back, but was duly acquitted.
That resulted in Mr. Natsume returning to his lodgings for the first time in 2 days. And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went off. Mr. Samspear was mysteriously poisoned. Es decir, que extrañaba tu doblaje. Ay, gracias, Liver. La verdad es que es la cosa más amateur posible, pero yo me alegro de que os guste. In conclusion, the poison that was present on the mouth of the gas pipe had been put there in the victim's room some 4 days earlier.
Mary!
With that new understanding, it becomes clear that this letter was all part of the plan.
What plan?
The court will recall that the note gave instructions to visit the Slag and Salad at 5 o'clock, and that the recipients should tell nobody else. The reason for those instructions are now clear.
To ensure that the lawyer would not be at home at the stated time.
To make sure I wasn't home? Exactly. While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your room, knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed.
You mean to say that letter?
Was written by Miss Green, yes. And in order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. Just after she smeared poison over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room. Dun dun, dun dun.
Order! Order! What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
No, talk to me, I'm angry.
Who are you? Why did you try to kill me?
Miss Green's motive could be obvious. All tied up, with someone whose name we've heard several times already during the course of this trial.
So, that is what's behind all this.
You will share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel. Which person is behind this woman's motive for the attack on the victim's life?
It's Duncan Ross, the love of Miss Green's life.
Take that!
Duncan Ross.
That's right. Before the defendant, Mr. Natsume, took up the residence in the lodgings of Mr. Gavides, somebody else was renting the room. Mr. Duncan Ross.
I knew I had heard the name somewhere else. It was all over the papers a month ago, when the man died in strange circumstances at the haunted lodgings.
That does ring a big... Oh, of course, yes. I remember now. The young man they claim was strangled by the convict's curse or some such.
Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind. Nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Samspear blowing into the gas pipe, and causing gas to leak into the room. It was murder, plain and simple.
Oh.
Well, what do you know? The world is so unfair. Curses, curious deaths. That is all people care about. If it's an interesting story they want to know, it doesn't cross their minds, as real people are involved.
Hola, llegué. Hola, Mark. Está la invasora por chat, por cierto. Estamos intentando hacer que haga que Wonder vea Sinful Gear.
And once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story's lost its appeal, everyone's forgotten him. You mean you? Duncan was...
Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé.
Fiancé?
You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Samspear. But she's known exactly who you are all along. Because you are her sworn enemy. The murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry.
Mary!
Miss Green, is it not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Samspear, you smeared poison over the end of the gas pipe?
This is all quite extraordinary. Am I correct in my understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel? Each on different accounts of murder?
Yes, my lord. That is correct.
Inhaling so deeply, it appears that my fledgling learned friend has taken in a lungful of dubious gas that's causing his judgment to be clouded.
What?
Why would Mr. Samspear have wanted to kill this lodger in such a setting? You have completely failed to provide a motive to substantiate your accusation against the man. Yes, that's right, Mr. Ripper. My liege. I am enslaved. This lies, all lies. I deny every utterance. We'll have to go forgive me, Mr. Naruhodo, sir. I don't intend to admit to anything either.
Miss Green.
I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude, but I'm not going to be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scandal.
Objection!
But you broke into the man's room. You didn't do it to smear poison on the pipe. What was your reason?
I thought I would have a look around, that's all.
Sorry?
You're right, I suspected him. But I thought perhaps I might find some evidence or something in his room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life. Oh, vileness, oh, villainy, oh, tyranny, oh, rotundity of woman. But in any case, whenever I leave my room, I do turn the key in the lock. Whole place is falling apart. The locks on the doors are no different. You can show me once how to unlock the door with some turps and a piece of wire. Oh, awfulness, oh, artfulness, oh, tyranny, oh, profanity of woman. We will consider your trespassing on some future occasion. But for now, tell the court what you found, what evidence your search revealed. Well, I spotted the note that they had sent him lying on the floor. When I went to pick it up, I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose, and underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place. Eh?
Yes, we also discovered that hiding place.
Inside we found a newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin box.
Oh, yes, well, the thing is, when I found it, the box wasn't empty.
What? There was something in it?
Yes. It's rather nice key. Ah!
What are you doing with that? What the?
Every ounce of color has drained from his face.
Give it here! Give it to me now! It's mine! I inherited it! What was that, witness? What did you say? You inherited it?
No, I... Oh. What is all this about?
He inherited that key?
It was obviously important to you, and you had gone to such lengths to hide it. So I took it. I don't know what it's for, but you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you. What if it means you can't open something now? I don't care.
Give it back this minute! Give it to me!
Calm yourself, witness.
But Mr. Samspear has tried, in one case succeeded, to take the life of 2 lodgers now. Yes, motive for doing so. The key to everything that's happened. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Samspear. At first. But considering everything we know now, I think there's actually something that could explain it.
What?
I need to recall every piece of evidence at our disposal. Everything we have seen and heard. Because I'm sure that I just caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all of these events.
In that case, counsel, I must demand that you present evidence to the court in support of your claim. What is it at stake, and explain the motivation for Mr. Samspear's alleged crimes?
Allí vamos. It has to be capital offender's file. His final moments witnessed only by his cellmate. And he inherited that key that probably opened the £1,000 worth of loot that he stole. Probably.
Take that!
That's an official police report, is it not?
The Selden file? How did you get a hold of that?
Selden? The now sadly deceased Mr. Cross and the defendant Mr. Natsume have only one thing linking them. The fact that they have lodgings in the same room.
Well, yes, we know this certainly.
A room that was formerly occupied by Selden. Until that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries.
I see.
And it so happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died.
Some £1,000 worth of loot that he stole. Which as yet remains to be found.
Oh, yes, of course, it's coming back to me now. It's written in his file here.
£1,000 lost en route to hell. That was how the paper summed it up.
It seems that one particular fellow inmate was within the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret. The location of the stolen loot. And perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuables were in.
Oh, you mean this key is...
Mr. Samspear, it was you, wasn't it? You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not?
What are you talking about? It's a false charge, I tell you. A false charge. The name of the inmate who was with Selden at his death isn't noted in this file. But a simple telegram to the prison where he died would quickly tell us how false the charge really is.
But even if it's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's lodgings?
There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot.
So, it all comes out.
Yes, and having established that, All of Mr. Samspear's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense.
He was let out of prison following Selden's death. He made immediately for Mr. Garev's lodgings in the hope of renting Selden's old room. However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice.
Because Selden's old room had already been let to somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross.
Which is why Mr. Sunspear subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching into the newly vacant room.
However, a certain jittery someone had beaten him to it.
Mr. Sasuke Natsume, defendant of this case, no less.
But you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Samspear? It's time to oust Mr. Natsume. All for one simple and voracious reason. To get your hands on the 1,000 pounds of loot left behind by the dead convict.
Oh, you. Oh.
Bomb. I think he fucking died. Creo que se ha muerto, gente. Looks like I'm gonna snuff. Oh, looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get. That's me. Okay. Listen. Want you to help me loot. Anything. Stop the coppers getting their mates on it. It's hidden in the room. But I was looking when they got me. Here. This is the key to it. Take it. Always stay one step ahead. Wait. See you in hell. Yes. I'm Spear. Fine. What did he just say? It's fine. But loot is mine. Oh dear God, oh Dios mío. Oh, oh Dios mío, se ha convertido en Tyrion. Mr. Shakespeare. It's all lies. I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Forsooth, I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. You can't arrest me. For the time being, anyway. Verily, you can't arrest the victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so close. I just need a few more hours. I swore to myself that I would get my hands on it. And I can almost taste it now. You really think I would just give up? There's no question in my mind now. This man is guilty through and through. But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot. I'm afraid that however hard you press him, he will never admit to what he's done, Mr. Narakoto. There is a way. Pardon? There is one way I can finish him. I'm going to punch him very, very hard. No. He has already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot. Which means all we need to do is find it first.
A fine plan. Wait not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Brooks. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed.
Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule.
If only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly.
This is the final piece in this complex puzzle. But I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may well have something that can help us find where that loot is hidden. My lord, antes de continuar.
Yes, Council.
The defense would like to make a proposal about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. I believe we are already in possession of something that could give us a clue as to its whereabouts. It's our last chance, but it has to be worth the gamble. Besides, we've used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then.
Very well then, Council. Let the court hear your idea. What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hiding place of the deceased convict's hall?
The handprints on the wall. The skin print sticker gun. One last time. We're safe. Take that.
Take that!
If I'm not mistaken, those are Mr. Sunspear's handprints on the wall of his lodgings.
That is right, my lord. Both as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene. Based on the wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective, Mr. Sholmes.
A great detective? Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title?
I should think the great Bardo to recognize such a title when he hears one. Mr. Shamspear.
¡Se ha subido al estrado! ¡Qué cabrón!
Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title. This Sherlock Holmes himself. What are you doing here, great detective? Your usual haunts are the filthy backstreets of the capital, are they not? Ah, Mr. Ripper, it's been too long. And I see your complexion has worsened since last we met.
Mr. Sholmes? He does know Lord Nancy. Well, enough to say something like that in any case.
Mr. Sholmes, though you may be heralded as the great detective by the population at large, that does not give you the right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit.
If I may, my lord, Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us to uncover vital clues in this case already.
Clues, you say?
I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities.
Oh,
We need only a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used the ticket you had been holding. Elementary. So now, Mr. Narhodon,
Ah, yes.
what am I to use as a sample to make the indicator solution this time?
Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. The convict was arrested. He was living in what is now Soseki-san's room. Need a sample to help locate Selden's loot, that's here in his old room. What form will the sample take? It's going to be the person, right? It's going to be Shamspear himself. Because we don't have the key as an element. We'll need something of Selden's in order to create the indicator solution to find his loot. And something the convict owned happens to be in the possession of somebody listed in the court record.
Upon my word, Mr. Narhodon, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up. So, which particular person do you have in mind? From whom can we obtain a possession of the late convict, Selden, to create the indicator solution?
Olive Green. Take that!
Take that!
Miss Green.
Oh, me? What do you want with me?
The key around your neck, if you please.
Sorry?
That key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretions from man's skin on its surface that we can use.
Very true.
That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Shom's skin print seeker. And find out exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent.
Mr. Shamspear. As one great to another, I assure you. If the late convict's hall is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes.
So, Mr. Shamspear, the truth is well within your grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth.
In that case, I will gladly let Mr. Shams have this key.
No, give the key to me. The detective shan't have it. It's over, Mr. Shamspear.
No, no.
You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt.
Oh. Oh, shampoo of spear. Oh, this term.
Read thy name. You're fucking dead. He's fucking dead. No, he's alive again. Sad.
I never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room, that's all.
But you would have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods.
But after you had killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused.
Why?
I was 3 months behind the rent for one thing.
Mr. Garridev really has had a lot to put up with.
And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards. But in the room out of action for a while. And then this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease.
Poor Mr. Natsume, but unfortunate timing.
Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road, the Japanese fellow got himself arrested. I thought I had finally had my chance, but it wasn't to be. No, the scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day.
Yep.
And if I remember rightly, Mr. Shum spent the whole day in there reading books.
But I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot.
This is why, on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, you once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove.
In his room. Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would lead you into a deadly trap. William Shakespeare. How does it go? Be or not to be? That is the question. From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done. At first, I really didn't think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died.
The gas supply in my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive.
The gas supply.
Yes, the stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason.
That's no joke.
They say it's the convict's curse.
Oh, Duncan, please don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is.
Alright then, if it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place. There are spare rooms.
There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight?
No, I'd better not. We said we would wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember?
That was the last time we ever spoke. That very night, he fell victim to the gas. When I had known it was going to happen, I would have insisted he left that horrible room that instant. But instead, all I have been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school, but something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. I saw a stooped eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He went up the road to grab strawberries for some food, so I followed him. And sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick a quarrel with a publican. That place is cursed, I tell you! Cursed! The ghost of the convict that used to live there. He's trying to suffocate me! I wake up in the middle of the day, preparation to death because the stove has gone out. The room is full of gas. I can hardly breathe. But the pipes have been checked, no problem there. It's like I'm the problem. That's what they're thinking. How could that be? Duncan was gone and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered. Rumor I had heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations.
A rumor? Ah, you mean?
Yes, everybody's heard the stories it seems. Of how they go around checking the pipes. How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework. That's when it started. A little flick of doubt in the back of my mind. It just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident though? Once I had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night. So I bought this. At one of the black markets in the East End.
A black market?
I've never been. I just heard people talk about them. You really can buy anything you can think of there. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident, or was it murder? And your chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with, and wait.
If Mr. Sunstreet was innocent, nothing would come of what you had done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly.
I found out the name of the man I suspected, William Shakespeare. Then I wrote him this little note. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slugger Salad on Briar Road at 5 PM on 17th. Don't tell anyone else about this letter or the meeting. It's a matter of utmost importance. Ugh. If you had done it, I knew that would be worry enough. That would worry him enough, so he would be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked. And of course, Mr. Sunstreet followed the instructions to the letter. I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away. There was a good amount of the poison I had brought all around the mouth of the pipe. All the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done. And that it was all just a wild fantasy. Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done. And then the corporal would get his just desserts.
Joder.
3 days ago, when you were first stood in the fog before me, This whole affair seemed relatively straightforward.
Yes, my lord.
I certainly never imagined the depths of the property that we should subsequently find Lord behind the scenes.
It has been a long road, my Nipponese friend.
Oh, and yes.
And one I certainly didn't envisage walking with you.
If you have stopped flirting, nevertheless, together we have reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green,
Yes, my lord.
you will henceforth be stripped of your freedom, as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shakespeare.
Yes, I know.
And you, Mr. Shakespeare, you will be tried for the murder of Mr. Duncan Ross in cold blood, and the subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Soseki Natsume here present.
Mr. Narhobe,
Ah, yes.
yesterday at the hospital, when you and your friends stopped me from...
Ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle.
I wasn't myself. I can't even remember what was going through my mind. To be or not to be, I suppose. It's a question that's so hard to answer, isn't it? It seems.
Ah, a verdict. Well, personally, I'm glad of your being here, Miss Green. I would like to believe it's a blessing Mr. Shakespeare didn't die when he ingested the poison. For your sake, at the very least.
Aww. Because of you, I choose life, not death. And now you've made the truth come out at last. Really, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, Miss Green.
Mr. Soseki Natsume,
Yes, my lord.
the court declares that you are exonerated from all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I will call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty.
I'm in full agreement, my lord.
In this case, I hereby declare the defendant not guilty.
Victory! We did it. The second time. Es inocente. ¿Quién no es inocente? Exacto, Wonder.
Court is adjourned.
Pom. Fuoco delizia di confetti. 23rd of February, 3:24 p.m. The Old Bailey. Defendant's Entertainment.
Oh, yes. Yes, at last. Divine justice duly done. Divine justice? My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would save that mustache. No, this has nothing to do with my mustache.
Another one on the back.
Yeah.
Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Soames.
Welcome to Mr. Nargo the Squire. Once again, you have saved me from doom.
I'm very happy to have been able to help, Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. You're second in almost as many days.
I was first acquainted with and gained affection for English literature whilst in our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only, the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. As I might, I never found my feet here. In the end, I confined myself to my room and lived life through friendly old books.
You've had such a difficult time, haven't you?
Ah, but a week ago now. I dragged you out of that dark and dingy room of yours, did I not?
You did. I've seen more negative life in this week than in all my years today. And for the first time, I feel I began to see the true face of the English that's so far been hiding from me behind the wall of a fog.
My dear fellow, there is nothing special about the true face of the English, as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are few genuine differences.
Sherlock said no to racism.
Yes, I think you're right. I finally started to see that, and I've come to understand something. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We are all just doing our best to live.
Well said. I've come to feel the same way.
I've made a decision too. I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan.
What?
Yes, we have become friends here in England. What a terrible shame.
Oh, I know, that does tug on my heartstrings, it really does. But I've decided I would like to take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own. A novel of sorts, I suppose.
Oh my! So you will be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsume. How wonderful.
Oh, well, no, I mean, I wouldn't presume to call it literature. Why not? When that is precisely the definition, Mr. Moustache. I suppose you're right, yes. It will in a way be literature. But as of now, all I know is that I would like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur.
I for one would love to read your work.
Well, all things considered, it may be for the best. After all, we are once again emerged victorious. From a battle with the Reaper.
Oh, that's very true.
And there is no salvation for a person in the dock, and the Reaper is the prosecutor.
The desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand.
My goodness, yes. This was such a terrible prospect. Nobody will consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure.
So sicky. But that's not why I'm leaving. I mean it. Objection! Objection! That was the case that we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago. Toseki-san did indeed return to Japan and submitted a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikotoba was prompted to visit the scholar. Barely any time later, Suzuto-san was given news that she must return to Japan as well. On the back of a telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial, the following day. The day that we uncovered the loot, hidden by the now deceased convict, his former lodgings. "24th of February, 9:13 a.m. Mr. Natsume's room.
Oh, well done, Mr. Jones. How simply marvelous of you. To uncover the secret hiding place in just one day.
Wasn't it supposed to take 30 minutes?
As I believe I told you, my dear fellows, imprints are extremely useful in such situations. Will you agree, Gregson?
I'm hungry. I'm hungry and angry. I'm hungry.
Alex has been happily punching in agreement this whole time, you know, Harley. Happily, I think perhaps humorlessly might be closer to the truth.
No, it transpires the man fashioned a hiding place in the city.
And what is in it? What exactly is the loot?
Let us look then, if you're ready. Let's examine the late burglar's hall.
What the? What is that? Oh,
It looks to be some sort of neckband or collar.
It is also stained in blood. It
has like a V shape on it. A color? It's cute though. The Baskervilles. The dogs of the Baskervilles.
And look at the gemstones sitting in it. I can see when it was created worth 1,000 pounds. Perhaps I could have it as a bet. Oh, I did not see the inside there. There's some dark stains.
Bingo. The Baskervilles. The hounds of the Baskervilles. You don't think there could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it.
On second thoughts, perhaps I won't have it as a belt.
Pobre Iris.
And of course there's this emblem here. A large leather bill and a small crown.
What does it signify, do you think?
Oh, I hadn't noticed that. I feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know? Where could it have been?
That's enough of that, I think.
What? What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes?
All the color has drained from his face. Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this, won't you? It could be valuable evidence after all. It must be kept safely under lock and key.
Sholmes is hiding something. Susato's father is hiding something. He dicho Subasa por inercia ya. Ay, estoy fatal. Gregson is hiding something. Everyone is hiding something about the Hound of the Baskervilles. Yes. Get your crummy hands off that, you lot. Hand it over now. ¿Por qué? Porque nombres japoneses. Lo siento. Never seen a color that lasts before.
All those jewels certainly look to be extremely valuable.
But that's not what stood out the most to me.
At least, not once I had noticed it. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar. Those stains. They really have been... blood?
Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? It's all but enough now.
Canal de Hibi, que también lo son.
Oh, Dios mío.
Ya, pero Canal de Hibi que no tiene la letra S. Entonces, cuando iba a decir Susato, me ha salido Subasa. Porque me iba por Su.
And you look very pleased, Iris.
I am, because I was starting to wonder what I could use as the basis of this month's story in the magazine. But this case wasn't perfect. It has been so fascinating.
You're talking about the latest installment of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes episode.
A mystery of the night in the mist. And the mustache man and the convict skirts, perhaps. I could make it a two-part story. Oh, I can't wait.
A word, please, Iris.
Yes, what is it, Harley?
I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case. It's out of the question.
What? Why not? It's a great case.
Then I shall have to insist that you limit yourself to the first of your two titles. Second must never be written. Is that clear?
Yes.
Chan-chan.
And so it was that the second of Souseki-san's cases became buried in obscurity. Now, looking back, I feel I understand. I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story. It would take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen. For it wasn't until 2 months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again, with an incident that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
Por fin la gran exhibición. We have been waiting on this for like 7 cases by now.
The end.
Or not.
Hey. Yes, please. Science compels us to explode the sun
Alright. Let's return back. Y hasta aquí por hoy. Tengo que dormir. I am very sleepy. I need to sleep. Thank you everyone for being here. It has been a fantastic stream. I've had a lot of fun. And I think I'm just going to call it off for tonight. El handshake secreto no existe. I made it the fuck up. Gracias, Blue Parrot. Pues nada, nos vamos viendo. Imagino que ya habrá gente que se habrá ido o lo que sea. So, I'm going to be leaving for tonight. I hope you all rest, have a nice rest of your evening, or your night, or your day. Y que tengáis buenos días. Chao.